What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast, where this is wrestling talk. But before we do, let's shout out our sponsor, Laidback TV, okay? Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, all the HBOs, all the languages, you fucking name it. Go on laidbacktv.com, that's on your screen. See how you can download it on your Androids, iPhones, and your Fire Sticks. Okay, yeah, I thought you were going to get it. I've been saying it a long time. And shout out to them on their Instagram on official_laidbacktv. We got a lot. Let's get this shit going. Whoa! Yo, guys. Alright, so we got a lot to fucking digest. Alright? A lot to digest. Smackdown was just really a big promotion on everything that was really going to be prepared for Saturday night's main event. We just had Saturday night's main event go down this past Saturday at in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We're gonna do this episode is just really giving feedback on Saturday night's main event, Monday Night Raw, and this weekend's upcoming Royal Rumble Riyadh. Okay, so we're not gonna bore you to fucking death. We're gonna get it. We're gonna give our review on Saturday night's main event. All four matches, best entrance, MVPs of the night, ring gear, and match of the night. I'm going to rate the matches as well. Feedback on what happened on Monday Night Raw. A lot of shit occurred. And our segment, Who You Got, for the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, okay? So let's get into the shits. So, first things first, the Saturday night's main event is started off with Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, taking on the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, for the first time ever. I rated this a 5, even though the match never even got started. It was hell on fire. I think this was a smart tactic, because if you lose fire on Cody if he loses. You lose fire on Jacob if he loses and he just returned. And Cody's fresh off losing the WWE title. Drew McIntyre attacks them both, keeps them both on point, leveled on their star power, and it promotes Drew McIntyre as the fucking Scottish Warrior, causing fucking a shitstorm on Smackdown going into the Royal Rumble as WWE Champion. So I rated that a 5. It was actually perfect. I was very skeptical on who should win, who should lose, what do you do next, and so forth. All right. So I rated that a 5. What else? We got, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. I rated this a 4.5. It was perfect, the way it went down. It definitely keeps everything going for Rhea and Io. I think this is a smart move to keep them as champs. How long they're going to do it, I don't know. I would prefer to keep them as champs going into WrestleMania, at least. At least one, either WrestleMania or Elimination Chamber. So, one or the other, I'm down. But it's interesting on what you do with Liv and Roxanne from now on, because, you know, they're part of the Judgment Day, and Judgment Day, they went from having all the titles, you know, women's tag titles, men's tag titles, IC triple mega championship, you know what I mean? It right now with JD McDonough gone, with an injury, as well as Dominic Mysterio with injury. Where's the real star power? You know, Raquel is doing her thing, trying to go after the women's world championship, which I'm a little confused on how that works, because she's declared in the Royal Rumble. So if she was to win the women's world championships, what do you do with her? As far as the Royal Rumble, you give somebody her spot. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. But that's 4.5. Rhea and Io defended the titles. They did their thing. What else? What we got? We got AJ Styles taking on arch nemesis Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that was a pretty damn good match, but I rated it a 4. I think their match at WrestleMania for the WWE title was actually a lot more interesting. I think it was in 2018. They pulled it off. I think that was WrestleMania 9. What was that? WrestleMania 38. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not even sure which WrestleMania it was. There's so many to remember. But I don't think this lived up to that. We'll get into AJ Styles soon. Not yet. Going into the number one contenders match, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, and Damian Priest. I rated this a 4. I think it was the perfect option. I'm a little worried about having Damian Priest being pinfall. You know what I mean? He got the loss. He got pinned. I mean, is he going to be in the conversation for WWE Championship? Is kind of question now. He's a former world champion, former Money in the Bank winner. What do you do with him? Shit, this kind of puts him down. Trick Williams did not get pinned, but I don't know. What do you do with that? Randy Orton definitely looked like he's going to be in the conversation of WWE Championship later. Sammy's the perfect option. You know what I'm saying? It was in Montreal, Sammy's hometown. It's a great story. He's never beaten Drew McIntyre. And they love him in Saudi Arabia. Call it what you want. They love them some Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is like a fucking bona fide superstar in Saudi Arabia. So I think that was a perfect option. I was a little bummed on it, though. I thought he would have been in the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? I think, he would have been one of my second or third picks. But, it's all good. I think you got to put Damian Priest and Trick Williams probably in the U.S. title picture. We need some superstars in the U.S. Championship. You know what I'm saying? I have not been interested since Carmelo Hayes won the title. But the open challenge keeps it interesting, but it's not... It's no stories. Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes... I guess you could do that. Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, U.S. Championship. That is a story. Goes back all the way to NXT. So, I think you can do that. So, I rated that a 4, as I said. Now, let's get into the MVPs of the night. I gave it to Drew McIntyre and Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel interfered in the Tag Team Women's Championship. Drew McIntyre interfered in Cody and versus Jacob. Yeah, they definitely sparked ruffled some feathers with that one. Ring gear of the night, I gave it to Cody Rhodes as always. He's always got dope ass gear. Jacob Fatu had dope gear tonight, on Saturday night's main event. AJ Styles, with the mask and everything, that shit was fire. Damian Priest is always creative with the gear. Entrance of the night, not too many. I gave it a 5. Shinsuke Nakamura always gives the craziest, entertaining entrances. AJ Styles, they were fucking on fire for him. Rhea Ripley always gets everybody out their seats. Cody Rhodes, fucking with the pyro, is always a crazy one. My favorite of Saturday night's main event entrance, I gotta give it to Trick Williams. The silence, and then everybody's saying, whoop that Trick. And the way he came out like a bona fide fucking superstar. Let's talk about it. Yeah, Trick got a bright-ass future coming. All right, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, we had CM Punk defending the World Heavyweight Championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles. I feel like if they're kayfabing me or if they're working me, that AJ Styles, we already know AJ Styles is going to be facing Gunther in the Royal Rumble, not in the Royal Rumble, sorry, at Royal Rumble, with AJ Styles' career on the line. I thought they would have done this later in 2026. Something tells me that I don't know. You're doing a final encounter with Shinsuke Nakamura. Finally, CM Punk with the world title on the line. I really don't see, if they're working me, they're really working me overtime with the whole, this might be AJ Styles' final, he's going to get retired. Why wouldn't they? Gunther beat him a couple weeks back. He retired Goldberg back in July, and he retired John Cena, all on Saturday night's main event too. Why not? We believe this. They got, AJ got screwed over too, because he made Gunther tap. We all saw it. I don't know. I'm really not believing it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been 10 years since the debut in WWE for AJ, but I don't feel this is it for him. So, I don't know. But Finn Balor is giving me signs that he might be leaving Judgment Day. CM Punk say, hey, if you want to be a world champion, you got to ditch the Judgment Day. It's bringing your ass down. Yeah, I can see that being disrespectful, but it's not like he's lying. You know what I'm saying? Look at everybody who was successful being in the Judgment Day. Look at Rhea and Damian are no longer there, but look where they were. Money in the Bank winner, Smackdown champ. Rhea and Damian were men and women's world champion at the same time after WrestleMania 40. Liv Morgan, tag team championship, women's world title. Raquel, women's tag team title. Roxanne Perez, women's tag team title. Dominic Mysterio, AAA Mega Champion. Two-time Intercontinental Champion. Finn Balor's been a world tag team champion a couple of times, but that's it. With Damian and with JD McDonough. I gotta agree with Punk on this one. We might get the Demon soon. I think they might be the Demon might be coming in WrestleMania. Let's see. But he interfered in the world title match and attacked CM Punk with 3 Akunera. Can't even say the word right. Whatever. But it's interesting what they're gonna do come Royal Rumble. I don't know. Punk don't need to be there. Finn Balor, it's been full. So no Finn Balor or Punk at Royal Rumble. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Let's see. We had a 6-women tag match. Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Stephanie Vaquer. Rhea, Io, and Vaquer have won it. It kind of seems like they're going to lead Raquel versus Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's World Champion, but I think we might have a new champion. It's already been scheduled next week, a Philadelphia street fight for the Women's World title. I think it's about time we give some Raquel some shine. Why not? Stop being a big bodyguard sidekick. I think she's ready to lead. Let's see. We got Braun Breaker in the Vision back, but Braun Breaker has his suspension lifted. He will be added into the Royal Rumble. What's fine is what I think Adam Pearce actually, kind of made this interesting. He put the whole Vision in the Royal Rumble. We talking Austin Theory, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. And they all agreed to help Braun Breaker win the Royal Rumble. I think that's going to be a very entertaining situation. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see. This shit might get interesting. So with that being said, the Vision are in the Royal Rumble, but 2 names actually came about that they have declared in the Royal Rumble. That's former 2-time NXT champion Opa Femi. Oh, and North American champion. Opa Femi will debut in the main roster come this Royal Rumble. I think I see him going to Raw. But it's going to be interesting when he shows up. And the original Tribal Chief, OTC. Roman Reigns returns in Riyadh. That's going to be interesting to see him return. We'll get into the Royal Rumble right after this. But I know y'all saw with Maxine Dupree lost her match against Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch is also in the Women's Royal Rumble. Got betrayed by Natalya. But they did a promo. Natalya is done. Finally, I've been saying this ever since I saw her in New Japan. AAA. Natty Neidhart is fucking coming. She's coming to wreck everybody. And I hope they finally use her at the Royal Rumble. Once Natty Neidhart shows up at the Royal Rumble, fucking up everybody, oh yeah, let's make a statement. Longest participant in the Rumble, I guess the record is with Roxanne Perez for the women. Let's see the most eliminations be Natty. I fucking can't wait. But speaking of the Royal Rumble, let's get into it. AJ Styles versus Gunther. Who you got? I got AJ Styles for the win. Controversial, but I think we get AJ Styles for the rest of the year. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a win for him. I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a win for Gunther. Undisputed WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre defending against Sami Zayn. I think this is going to be a build for Sammy. Fuck, I keep saying Zammy. I think this is going to be a build for Sammy. They're going to keep building him, but I don't think Riyadh is going to be his time. I think Drew retains the championship due to some controversy. Now, last year, I was only half right on my Royal Rumble predictions. I did not have my number one being Charlotte. I thought it was going to be way too soon to have Charlotte. She was my second pick, but not my first. As far as the women's go. My number one pick for the women's Royal Rumble is Bianca Belair. I think she finally returns. I think she wins the Royal Rumble for the second time and is definitely a collision course with Jade Cargill. I got Bianca Belair, and if I got to have a backup number two, I got Liv Morgan for this one. For the men's, I was 100% correct last year. Okay? 100%. I had Jey Uso. You can go back and check it. Okay? Check the receipts. I picked Jey Uso, and he won. This year, I think they're going to fall into some kind of... it doesn't make sense to make him win at the Elimination Chamber. So I got Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble for the men's. If I get a second backup, I think the return, it will be LA Knight. But we'll see. Shit goes down this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? ESPN Unlimited and Layback TV. The Royal Rumble Riyadh. Y'all check it out. Shit's gonna be fire. And we're getting it because it's in Riyadh a hell of a lot earlier. Okay? This is the Drop That Podcast. This is Eddie Jacks. Y'all subscribe. Get that hype. Hit the sub button, motherfucker. I'm out. But put in your comments and let me know exactly who your picks are for the Royal Rumble, alright? Y'all be cool. Peace.